How's it going, everybody? My name's Eric. Welcome to the show. First off, I live in Vegas where recreational and medical marijuana are legal. It's been legal since about July, and I wasn't a medical marijuana patient before that. So my first experience with dispensaries were a couple days after it became legal, and I was very fortunate. On my first visit, I chose a good dispensary and a really good brand, and I have all my little jars right here, so I'll just be bringing them up to show you as we go. This video is mainly about the brands and not the actual strains, because there's too many strain reviews in my opinion. They're all really good and entertaining, and I've watched a lot of them, especially Crutch. You're doing a good job, man. I hope I can make it out there and try your dispensaries up there someday, but until then, I'm just here. So all brands are not created equal, okay? Even brands that cost the same, I'm gonna be talking about 8 prices mainly. So a brand could be $50 an eighth and for one, and the same price for another, and the quality is drastically different. And I call it getting ripped off, but I was just uneducated at the time. I had to go through it's been a fairly long process of trial and error, and right now it's January 16th, 2018, and I haven't tried all the brands, and I haven't been to all the dispensaries, although I've been to most of them and I'm very knowledgeable on it. I school a lot of the bud tenders, or they're surprised about what I know. It's just because I'm very picky. I don't know about you, but if I'm going to be paying the same price, I want to smoke more moist, fresh, sticky buds, instead of dry that just break apart into dust, which there's a good amount of brands that do that, but they're advertised like they're reputable when they're not. And the bud tenders, they're just salespeople, They act like they're gonna help you out and whatever, and oh yeah, this brand's good, and yeah, it's primo, man, but they're just salesmen. I don't understand that. I don't like it. I do understand it, but at the same time, when you ask them, how good this brand is it moist and sticky, or is it dry? They tell you, oh yeah, it's good, man. And you get out, and every time I get in my car, the first thing I do is crack that jar or a bag open or whatever, and I have to smell it. That's like a ritual. And a lot of the times I'm very disappointed, and I'm spending a lot of money on the weed, and I want to have quality weed if I'm going to be spending that much money. So I became concerned, thinking about all the tourists that come here that haven't been able to go through this process, and they don't have the time because they're not going to be here. So I think I'm going to fill you guys in on that. So first, I'm gonna start with the first strain that I purchased, and it's from a place called Inyo. Here's their jar right here. The brand is called GLP. It stands for Green Life Productions, and it's 100% organic. It's no-till. They do it the Weed Nerd way, which is the best way, in my opinion. And this strain is called Triple Bowtie. It's a sativa, and it was pretty good. At that time, I just wanted to try it, you know. So the strain was pretty good. The quality was really good. It's a little too moist. I'm not complaining. I'm just, you know, all you gotta do is open the jar and set it out for, you know, an hour or so, and it'll be perfect. No problems with these. They do not sell grams anymore. They used to, and they stopped selling grams, so you can only get it in eighths and above. And at some places it's around $50 an eighth, and at some places it's $60 an eighth. Alright, so if you see GLP, you know, I would recommend getting this brand. I'm gonna go through and tell you the brands that I like, and then the brands to avoid by all costs. Unless you don't care about the quality of the weed or whatever, then, you know, I would recommend you to stay away from these brands that I tell you not to go to, because trust me, I've been there and done that, and I've been really disappointed with some of them. So GLP is a really good brand, and I would recommend them all day. Just give it a little while to dry up a little, because it is a little too moist, but no complaints really. I'm just saying. Alright, so I got a lot of these. I'm gonna keep as much of them up here as I can, but I have a small space, so I'll take some down as I go. Alright, the next brand, and it's one of my favorite brands. Actually, I really just discovered this brand. I had it one time before and then forgot about it because they don't have it at that many places, and it's called Polaris. Polaris MMJ right here. The lid has this thing. Yeah, it's just called Polaris. This strain was head cheese, and yeah, it is 28.9%. It was very, very good. The smell of it was really good. It really did have kind of a cheesy smell, and I've heard people say that, and I never tried a cheese before till recently, and I was very, very satisfied, especially with the brand. This is a top tier brand right here. There's only a couple top tier brands, and if you're a discerning connoisseur or whatever, I would definitely recommend this brand. Very moist, dense buds. They're superb. Alright. My second one is the runner up with the Polaris for one of the best brands in town. It's called Cannabis. It's one of the second and third brands I tried, luckily, and again, they're very moist. The smell is very good. Some of the brands, you know, don't have any smell. Those are mainly the dry ones, you know. If I open it up and it doesn't smell, I automatically feel it, and 9 times out of 10, it's dry as hell. So yes, Cannabis is a very, very good brand, along with these other two. Another one is it's called Exotic-y. I got this from Reef Dispensary. It's not too far off the strip. It is not in walking distance. I've seen a couple videos on people talking about Reef. You can just walk. It is not in walking distance. Things in Vegas look like they're close from afar, but in reality, there could be like a mile or so. I grew up here. I've lived here since '93. I've lived on the strip several times, so I know Vegas a lot. But yeah, Burner, this is one of his lines he promotes, and they're very, very good. This strain was the Girl Scout cookies, and I was very happy with. The thing about Reef is if you go and you're unsatisfied with the quality of it, and you bring it back within a reasonable amount of time, and you know nothing's gone, you know, they'll exchange it, you know. So that's one of the main reasons why I go there. But the Exotic-y is in the same class as these other three. Another one, and now we're getting to kind of a step down in quality, but not too much, is called Remedy. And I'll talk about where I got the other ones in a little bit later, now that I remember to do that. I got this one, I forgot where I got it. Anyways, I'll remember. I do that a lot. So Remedy, it's not a top tier, but it's like the next tier down there. It's moist and it's a little dry, kind of, but not too bad. It always smells really good and tastes really good, and I'm never really disappointed with it. So if you see this, I'll get it. Oh yeah, I got it at Relief. Yeah, it's called Relief. It's off of Sahara and Paradise by the McDonald's. It looks like an old-fashioned McDonald's right across from SLS. So if you're staying in that area of town, I would check them out. I'm not this is my very first YouTube video. I have, at the filming of this, I have no subscribers or anything. I have no connections with them. I just give my honest opinion. That's what I want to do with my channel, is give my honest opinion on, you know, different interests I have in Vegas attractions and stuff. So yeah, Remedy, pretty good brand. This is another one. It's by Trike. Exotic-y is also by Trike, but Burner promotes this one, but this is their own. It's just them. It's this one is the gold label. It was pretty good. It's about the same quality as Remedy. It's not really dry, but it's not super sticky either. I've had this for a while and I can still smell it. It smells pretty good. So I'd recommend this if you can't afford or don't want to afford the exotic E because they're a little bit more. Let's see. I think I'm gonna start getting into the ones to avoid like the plague. Really. So, Cannabis, spelled with a K. This one, Cannabis. And this is their pre-roll. I'm going to talk about pre-rolls in a minute too. But here's another a jar. It has a big K right there. This one was Master Kush. I got it at a place called The Grove. They carry cannabiotics, and that's like their best brand. So I would avoid this one. You know, it got me high. I had another one, Kong, I bought of this brand, and it gets you high. But if you enjoy, you know, smoking moist buds, I would recommend staying away from them. Yeah, not too happy. Let's see. Another brand is Matrix, and this is what their little gram bag looks like. Man, it's do-si-do. I bought this one a while ago. I don't even remember how good the high was. I'm pretty sure it was pretty good, but I bought Matrix a couple times and I wasn't really too pleased with it. This, when you get into Matrix, even though they advertise it and try to pump it and whatever, do all the marketing, mojo, whatever, the quality isn't there. Alright, I think they're just betting on all the tourist money because tourists don't know. So they come into town for a couple days and, you know, they want to try the legal weed and they go. I got this one, I think, at the Reef. Or no, I didn't get it at Reef. I got it at the Indian reservation one downtown. I'll talk about them either later in another video. It's a pretty good store, but Matrix is on the lower end. It's even, yeah, it's about the same as Cannabis. I won't buy Matrix. When I go into a dispensary, and I'm very blunt about it because I want quality. I'll tell them I don't mess with I only mess with a few brands. So I would stay away from this one, even though they try to hype it up a lot. Yeah. Another one that I don't have right now because I threw it away. I was so disgusted with it. And they sell this brand at numerous dispensaries here. It's called Shango. And they have a huge store on Boulder Highway by Boulder Station where they grow all their weed and whatever. But the quality is horrible. It's on the level of the Cannabis, and there's a couple other ones, Virtue, and I would just stick to the ones that I'm telling you just to be safe. Yeah, most of them aren't very good. So I think this video is getting a little long, so maybe I'll talk about pre-rolls and other things on a different video. So I appreciate it if you enjoyed this video, find it entertaining or educational or anything. Give me a like and subscribe, whatever. If one of your friends is coming to Vegas soon and you think they'd be interested in this, maybe share this video with them so they can be informed and not get ripped off when they come here, because we want you to have fun when you come to Vegas and be safe. So yeah, thanks. Take it easy.